When a chatbot talks back to you like a human being, it feels like sorcery. We've been conditioned to believe that these systems are powered by impenetrable magic, guarded by a handful of billionaire gatekeepers. But if you strip away the marketing, the reality is much simpler. Artificial intelligence is a cold, replicable recipe. It is a specific arrangement of basic mathematics, organized data, and a few lines of code. We are going to ignore the mystery and walk through the exact steps to build a functioning digital brain from scratch, using nothing more than a standard laptop. Understanding this Frankenstein recipe is what separates those who are controlled by technology from those who actually control the machine. To command the machine, we use Python. It is the base language of the engine, but the actual fuel is data. To build a brain, you need massive amounts of human information. To manage that fuel, we use tools like Pandas and NumPy. Imagine taking 1,000 chaotic, unsorted books and instantly turning them into a perfectly structured spreadsheet. That is how the machine begins to organize the world. Once the data is organized, we apply the first law of the engine, linear algebra. This math takes a human concept like the word apple and translates it into the cold numerical values the machine can actually read. We then use calculus, specifically gradient descent, to help the system recognize its own errors. Finally, we had probability, which gives the machine the logic to predict which word should follow the next in a sequence. These math concepts form the engine that forces the chaos of human language into predictable, processable patterns. With the engine ready, we need a workspace. PyTorch acts as the digital oven where we physically construct the architecture of the AI. We build a neural network modeled after the brain. A single node activates, connecting to thousands of others to form a pulsing web. To prioritize, we assign weights and biases. Specific connecting lines thicken and glow, teaching the network which pathways it must ignore. Every signal must pass a gatekeeper called the activation function, or ReLU. If a signal isn't strong enough, ReLU discards it. Only the most relevant information is allowed to pass to the next layer of the brain. This physical structure transforms the code from a static list of commands into a dynamic processor. By layering these filters, the machine gains the capacity to categorize information and prioritize how it interprets the data it receives. A brain is useless if it cannot learn from its environment. To make the machine adapt, we have to introduce the darkest part of the assembly process, the punishment mechanism. We use a loss function. Think of it as a teacher with a red pen that calculates exactly how wrong the AI's guesses are and actively punishes the system for its failures. This forces the AI into a loop called backpropagation. It works backward through its pathways, obsessively correcting the code until the errors disappear. Artificial intelligence does not learn through sudden strokes of brilliance. It evolves through the systematic, mathematical processing of its own failure. The Frankenstein recipe is complete. We have an architecture that can think through problems, prioritize data, and learn from its mistakes. But there is a terrifying problem. The digital brain we just built is entirely blind and completely mute. It is trapped inside the machine, with no way to actually communicate with us. If you want to understand the technology shaping our reality, subscribe to the channel as we continue this build. In the next phase, we'll strip down the transformer architecture, the specific technical blueprint used by OpenAI to finally give their systems a human voice. Stay curious, trust hard logic. Raw data processing provides the intelligence, but the language model provides the bridge to the human world.